breath and relax.
We don't need no education. We don't need no thought control. No dark sarcasm in the classroom. Teacher, leave them kids alone. Hey, teacher, leave them kids alone. All in all, it's just another brick in the wall. All in all, you're just another brick in the wall. We don't need no education. We don't need no thought control. No dark sarcasm in the classroom. Teacher, leave them kids alone. Hey, teacher, leave them kids alone. All in all, you're just another brick in the wall. All in all, you're just another brick in the wall. We don't need no education. We don't need no thought control. All in all, you're just another brick in the wall. All in all, you're just another brick in the wall.
Yo, dude, we don't need no education. We don't need no Rockefeller garbage or Rothschild shit. Hey, welcome. Hey, namaste and la catch. I'm coming for your grandfathers. No, I'm just kidding. It's been,
Are you?
listen, I just, I'm putting archons in headlocks and just sleeping with them in chokeholds while I'm sleeping. How are you guys doing out there? Namaste and la catch, and welcome to TeamLight interviews. I'm here with my brother, Tone Mellard, and we are here for your live Q&A. That is what's going on. We're still going to have a weekly reading. We're going to do everything for you because we love you. You guys are fantastic. Tone, what's popping?
Hey, I actually think this is a wonderful idea, the Q&A. I hope people start blowing up in the comments and asking the questions. And don't be afraid to push the envelope of consciousness with those questions. We'll see what we can channel through for you guys.
It's just, we don't need your shitty narrative. Boom.
Where do you find this music? Is
Dude,
all I wanna know.
listen, you guys, you unleashed a beast. I will show some images. I mean, Jean-Charles filmed me when he was at my house last week. I've got laser lights and I'm in there shaking my whole house, just like DJing, because I'm trying to find the coolest, like, I don't know, I like the 80s remixes and then it hits the womp, womp, womp. I don't know. I'm Galactic Officer, for God's sake.
A merging of different sounds, but yeah, your whole entire house is turned into a speaker set. The windows are shaking.
I'm surrounded by Airbnbs. I don't give a shit. Who are you gonna call? They're all Airbnbs. Like, I don't care.
That's why your whole neighborhood, everybody's vacating. They can't stand the vibration. Your vibration is too high.
Not to mention the 9 powered plasma pyramids on the property. I got people outside just eating popcorn, feeling like they're being healed at 300 yards. No, but I'm excited to have you here. Dreamtime has been crazy. Did everyone make it through those full moons past couple days? How about you, Tone? Did you survive?
It's still going.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the Gemini moon. So be ready for like all kinds of stuff coming up, but it's a good time to get the things to the surface and purge it so that you
Mhm.
can renew. And so, yeah, it obviously made a lot of us feel a lot of things, but that's always for the benefit of that shadow integration. So, you know what? I'll take the challenges with the good as well, and we come out on
Mhm.
the other side that much stronger.
No, that's exactly what we do. I saw a lot of abundance. My dream time hasn't really been. Here's the deal now. It's not like I'm personally being attacked. I'm just running through so many people's parallel. It's really like parallel realities. I mean, I don't really want to call it dreaming. Um, I'm existing and coexisting in multiple realities simultaneously. Right now, I'm clocking 3 simultaneously, and it's a lot on the your avatar, your suit, your body. All I can say is definitely take those trace minerals. All the TJ Clark stuff is up on teamlight.com and teamlightstore.com as partnerships. But those trace minerals, the monoatomic golds also help me a lot. That's all you can really do is stay above it. We're slowly turning up the frequencies on the earth, right? Well, what does that mean? Every single participant is going to be more aware of just what's coming through their biological eyeballs at 30 frames per second. A lot of your gifts are going to be turning on your throat chakra, your third eye, your hands. You're going to have more intuitive, empathic feelings. People that you used to have or feel connected to, you're going to be repelled by. I had this conversation last night with my sister, Kimberly. We love her. And it was her son's birthday. Forrest, love you, bro. But she was having a conversation about how, even in her circles in the light worker community, and I was literally feeling when she was explaining it to me, 2 magnets. At one point in your life, the 2 magnets pulled together, and you were like, almost like you couldn't get away from it. Now it's like the magnetic field is rotated and you're getting pushed away. So a
Yeah.
lot of the people that haven't been doing the work, it's showing. And what happens is if you have been doing your homework and you have been studying and you have been working on yourself, detoxing, health, nutrition, meditation, sun charging, trying to become a better person every day, that I guess separation between those gaps, the trifurcation, but really, the separation of the lower frequencies from the higher. Einstein said, you know, it's not really an emotional thing. It's an energetic thing. It's frequency matching. So you are going to be called to people that match your frequency and repelled by those that don't. Now, what do we do in times like this? Because everyone has friends and family like this. Everybody's got them. I'm sure you can name 2 or 3. All you have to remember is the key word for us in this golden age is holding space. I will not drop down into 4D into Dark City and play who's on third base downtown. Not going to do it. I'm not doing it. I'm a grown ass man. I don't care. I went through my 20s and 30s. I'm good. I got the gold star, believe me. But what I will do is hold space for you until you figure out in your own life, hey, every time I do this, I have this result. Maybe I should try something different. And I will hold space for you to come back. Hey, that could take 6 months, 1 year, 2 year, 5 years. I got a couple guys right now. They're on a half a decade pause because they weren't stopping the sort of behavior that we can't take into the golden age. Okay. So you cannot be a pillar in this community if you're still being affected by some of the things that, once you can't fight it anymore, it's going to use you as a mouthpiece to propagate that sort of frequency. And Tone, I know you know this and you've seen it in the spiritual community, very intuitive, empathic, beautiful people. But there's something that plugs in behind them that's not them, that uses them as a carrier signal to create more distortion. How do you feel about that?
Well, yeah, including you and I at times. So this is
Mhm.
not something we're not talking down to anyone. The
Nope.
most
Happened to us
advanced,
too.
yeah, the most advanced beings on this planet right now are susceptible to that. And basically, we're swimming in an ocean of weird stuff down here. And what he said at the beginning, the bifurcation is deepening. And so, what's happening is on the one hand, many of us are becoming more activated, more accelerated, more expanded, but the counter forces to that know that. And so, they're constantly throwing things at the whole gamut at the collective consciousness right now. And so from time to time, even Rion and I, all of a sudden we'll get back from, say, we just went to the store through Wally World of all places, and we come out of there and go, man, I feel off, like something doesn't feel right. And because if you've got your abilities on, your third eye switched on, your energy sensitivity switched on, you can run a scan of that and then almost immediately pick up, wait a second, there's a reason that I'm feeling this way. And you can actually, what Rion and I can actually see is there's these cords of energy that are plugging into everyone. And so it looks almost like at the beginning of the Matrix, when Neo comes out of that pod and he's got all of those black things hooked onto him. That's what it looks like on an energetic level with your third eye when you see somebody that has been plugged into. And so he and I do a lot of energetic surgery where we'll grab those cords off somebody, pull it off, and then there's actually a hole in the auric field where that plugged into, and then we patch that hole up as well. But that is happening to the best of us from time to time. So just be really aware when you feel off after something. Go into an inner scan and even ask your higher self, hey, if there's something on me, please remove that from my energy field. Clear me of whatever that energy is, get it off of me. Because from day to day, we're all susceptible to this. So we have to be really hyper aware, increasingly aware of the energy that we're interacting with and what we're absorbing and what to release.
100%. And there's different doors in. So I wanted to answer Truth Speaker's question. When someone struggles with intrusive thoughts, do you think dark entities feed on or fuel this? No. So intrusive thoughts get in because in your life, by the way, intrusive thoughts, especially in my early 20s, when I was partying like a rock star, the main thing is that you're really trying to heal from something that may have happened in your childhood. How you really feel about yourself. Even your environment, ladies and gentlemen, has a huge part to play in this. I was born and raised in Southern California. It's a very competitive environment. Okay. Very competitive where I grew up. So you're in this like brainwashing system, kindergarten to middle school to high school and college. And in certain environments, there's certain behaviors that are tolerated.
Did we freeze the stream again? This would not be.
Sometimes when you have these intrusive thoughts, like we glitched it. I know. Sometimes look, I'm gonna break this down for you so simply that like all the archons are fucking
They're
shaking
leaning in.
Listen. See what happens. This is prestige worldwide. Okay, this is. I don't care where you are on Earth. Listen to me very carefully. Okay. So these intrusive thoughts are like imagine like a little egg, right? Or a little, I don't know, amoeba. It slowly starts to grow and it puts holes in your auric body. So we have certain behaviors on this planet, especially that's, tolerated when you're younger. But at 21 years old, you can drink, or a lot of people drink before that. But what I'm trying to say is that you create micro tears in your energy field. And these thoughts or consciousnesses seep their way into your energy body. When you let them fester for too long, now it could be poor diet, could be that we're been fed poison since I've been on this earth, 40 years. The air, the water, all this stuff, it slowly creeps through your auric body, through your energy body, into your flesh. Once it's embedded in the back of your neck and your flesh, that's when you get the Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde shit. You've met people like this. They're completely normal until they have one drink of alcohol and they turn into a different person. What you're actually seeing is their fourth dimensional shadow version entering into the suit. You're no longer dealing with the 3D vessel or 5D consciousness or the inner child. You're now dealing with the shadow version of that individual. Now, the fourth dimensional realm is pretty hardcore. Okay, it's a little different from here. Vampires and werewolves and vampires. Oh my. But what I'm trying to get to is that these seeds, this consciousness, this version of yourself that talks to you, maybe you're not as aware yet. Maybe you feel a rumble in your tum-tum. Should I do this? Yes or no? The thoughts creep in. There's many people on this earth that still listen to that shadow version because they say, hey, the shadow version always has my back. Here's the issue with the parasite. Of course, the parasite is always going to have your back because you are its food source. Without you, it cannot exist in the realms around you or in the parallel realities. So once you actually break down the form and function that you are the power source, you are creator's kid, you are the soul which powers the multiverse, right? As you're a reflection of your oversoul in the physical and vice versa. The tree dies if the roots die. So for everyone's higher self out there that thinks they're top shit, listen to me explain something real cool, calm, and collectively to you. You could have the biggest tree on the planet. If the roots die, the tree dies. So for everyone out there on earth thinking that, oh, your higher selves have it figured out, let me be crystal clear to you. If they had it figured out, the roots system on this planet would not be so distorted with other beings' motivations and principalities. So the fight is really over your soul. How many days do you wake up feeding loosh? How many days do you wake up and you're in a bad mood? How many days do you wake up and you're in pain? How many days do you wake up and you're frustrated? How many days do you wake up and you have resentful thoughts? Every single moment, every single nanosecond that clocks by in the quantum realm will dictate the math equation of your existence in this frequency, hence your average. Once you guys can average rise over a certain frequency ratio, you no longer have to listen to the lower dimensional garbage programming. The main thing they do on this planet is to keep you hypnotized. The main thing they do on this planet through pharmaceuticals is create. I explained this to Brian the other day, but let me do it for the whole planet. Imagine I go Tron mode. I take a pharmaceutical pill. Imagine I go full blown. What you're seeing right now is I go energy. Like I'm just glowing energy, and there's a little, matrix pill, and I put it in my mouth. As soon as I swallow that pill, anyone who has access to the frequency of that pill has access to my suit to mess with it for the duration of time as that thing breaks down all the way into its half-life. So what I'm trying to tell you is that the technology on this planet and the pharmaceuticals and some of these, breakaway societies, let's be honest, and these guys that hide in their underground's dumb bases and think they control the world like King Kong from the basement, which is embarrassing in its own right. Can't even talk about that. I'm scared of these guys are scared of the sun. Okay. Anyways, so when you swallow these pills, what happens is it gets access to anyone who's on that frequency. It's like a radio station. I can beam directly into that version because they're swallowing this transceiver, which now has access to the suit.
Yeah.
Okay. So same thing with the alcohol. We all know it's really called spirits. Alcohol is the name of the demon you pray to. Okay. Or that enters you. What I'm getting to is you break down these thoughts in your mind. I want you guys to really zoom back and go, where are they coming from? And do they actually serve me? Do they want me to live in a life of peace, prosperity, and harmony with my environment, with my earth? Or do they want to keep me distorted and distracted and basically drain my life force out like an empty corn husk after they've completely depleted all of my soul's energy in this incarnation? That is your choice and your inner standing to figure out. Me personally, I know that world exists. I just don't want to send it energy, brother.
Yeah, like that we can go way into this and it would probably take too long, but
Yeah, we'll keep it on the surface. I'm just trying to say, like, there's a rhyme and a reason why you have negative thoughts. That's all I'm trying to say.
Yeah, to expand on what you were saying there, even without the pharmaceutical pills, they're doing this through the chemtrails, through the water, through the food, through all of the medicines. But what what they're trying to do is infiltrate us with nanotech that is both a receiver transmitter of information. And like he said, you pile enough of that into the vessel, and now they're able to actually activate that and control you through that and spy on you through that. And even into what I was saying earlier about the cords plugging into people, a lot of times those cords also serve the same kind of purpose. And now, mind you, these are fourth dimensional non-physical cords that only can be seen if you've got your eyes on or if you're energy sensitive. But those cords also act for a multitude of purposes. One of them is spying. And so like Rion, a lot of times, if he gets a bunch of cords on him, when I grab those cords, I'll ask my higher self, what is that that's on him? Most of the time, the stuff that's on him are spy cables. So they're literally running fiber optics into his extended energy field and then using that to spy on everything he's saying, his emotional state, and things like that. That's a microcosm of the macrocosm taking place across the entire planet right now. But the other side of that is some of these cords that plug into you, when they come in, think of them like a computer cable or terminal. And so sometimes when you get hit with a weird wave of emotion, a weird wave of thought patterns, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, you're feeling despair. Out of nowhere, you're like, I don't even feel like living right now. And you don't know where it came from. Oftentimes, what that is, that cable that is plugged into you literally acts like a computer cable sending a program into you. It's downloading a program into you saying, oh, we want you to be in this mood, this despair, because where's it coming from? If you trace that cable back, usually it's to what Rion referred to, parasitical type of entities, archonic forces. So when they run that cable into you and they get you in that mindset, they're able to actually draw off of you like a battery source of energy. So it's really important for a multitude of reasons to constantly scan your energy, constantly ask your higher self to clear off anything that does not belong to you. If you feel like you have weird thoughts coming in, the first thing you do is call in observation. Observe my mind, observe my emotional state. Where is this coming from? Is this my own? And if not, clear this off of me. So just get into the habit of doing regular energy scans. And if you don't have your third eye switched on, you're not energy sensitive, ask your higher consciousness to do that for you. Trust us when we say it's always listening. So get in the habit of speaking to your higher self. Ask your higher self, clear me, remove anything that does not belong to me, enforce my boundaries of my sovereign space. Let nothing but the highest light enter this sovereign space.
That's what I'm saying. All right, let's smile. You guys having fun? Listen, all right, listen. Some people, I'm like, hey, listen. And to answer my brother's question here, let me see. Listen, this guy reminds me of myself. I feel the love, the first and the last. Here, my brother. Here we go. Cats, just so you know, cats are guardians and they guard you at night. Dogs, they're more like day shift. Yeah. But cats can see in between dimensions very easily. So you'll notice that people that have cats, a lot of very sensitive people have cats because the cats are on guard at night, protecting them when they're sleeping. So,
multi-dimensional guardians.
Yeah, they're multi-dimensional beings. Yes. Cats are awesome at that. That's literally one of their
Egyptians
purposes.
revered cats. They knew they could see into all the dimensions. Demons actually fear cats. So like if you have a lot of cats, usually you're not going to have a demon entering that household at all, or it's going to get torn to shreds.
Yeah. Listen, hey, everyone remembers the movie Cat's Eye. You know, the cat kills the little gremlin shit, sucking the life force out of the kid. Listen, that was if you guys never seen the movie Cat's Eye, maybe you should watch it because you're like, what? Like the little gremlin's like trying to pull her soul out. I was like, oh my God, Cat's Eye. Listen, we're all in this together. And what I can say is this. I just noticed that some of us are walking around like the Jolly Green Giant. I'm going to continue to do so. You know, I don't care if I'm dragging 4 or 5 archons behind me, just like dingleberries off my right hip. I don't give a shit. Some of us have gone past these tests. And listen, let's be honest. I was having this conversation with my partner and I was like, why are Tone and I and a couple of these beings like different? And I was really trying to break it down. And I think the difference comes from, you know, we did 10 or 15 years, in my case, 15, 16 years of going around the planet to all of these ancient sites, opening and closing doors and getting in fistfights with these jackasses and picking up our soul pieces. So what's happened is it's almost like you activated an older version of yourself. If you want to imagine the grid, let's talk about the grid. I always like that in Tron. The grid. Okay. Well, the grid before the fall, okay, and this is important for everyone. Let's imagine the grid operated in zeros and ones. It was like C++ coding, if you guys know what that is. Zeros and ones. Then it was C++. Imagine Atlantis was C++. And imagine Tartaria was like Java, right? In Tartaria, everyone could, write code. You just put it in the machine and it's Java. And, or I say HTML. HTML, now we're at Java, right? In the present day. What I'm trying to say is that all of these systems are plugged into the original zeros and ones grid on Earth. So if you can activate an ancient version of yourself, it still pulls energy from the grid, but it does not allow one layer of the distortion to completely stop your movement. You will walk right through a glass wall that stops everyone else, and you'll just go right through it. And they're like, "How are you walking through that wall?" They're like, "It's not a real wall. I didn't see a wall. Did you see a wall?" What I'm trying to say is that your awareness is going through all of the fake, distorted, cannot cross this line, cannot think for yourself. Like, you're actually just walking through these realities and it's not affecting you. Now, how do you get there? You got to meet and greet each and one of your higher selves. And I'm not just talking about your little fourth dimensional turd. I could write 5 books on the shit I had to go through with my guy before he graduated 3 years ago. I even have friends that I'm no longer friends with because they were actually, their 4D and my 4D were homies on the night side. And as soon as he graduated, they're still in 4D, dude. I graduated and I'm like going to college and meeting these people for the first time. And I'm like, I have nothing in common with you. So what I'm trying to say is that ascension is a dimensional shift. What does that mean? That means if you go, everyone says we want to go to 3D to 5D. Okay, where's 4 going? Where's fourth density going? You have to realize if you upgrade yourself and you want to go from third density to fifth density or 3D to 5D, your entire stack of all your higher selves also has to shift up. Okay? Now, if you don't believe me, the one thing I used to say all the time to my higher selves was, I'm going to leapfrog you. There's nothing that your night side fears more than the golden child, you, leapfrogging them and leaving them in a lower dimension because they're assholes. Now, I gotta make this so crystal clear in all of the Gnostic teachings. I'm explaining to you in common English right now. You can leapfrog a fourth dimensional turd that does not want to assist you on your ascension. You can stay in your inner child. You can call in your higher power, Yeshua, Yahweh, Jesus, Archangel Michael, the angels. This guy keeps wanting to smoke weed in the parking lot while I'm in ascension school. I don't want to carry them any longer. You can cut those cords. Okay, I'm just trying to say, everyone thinks you can't do that. Yes, you can. My thing is that what are you going to lose? The experience of what that version of you was doing in that dimension. That's all you're going to lose. And if you have a drug addict hooked on weird shit that it doesn't want to get off their ass and ascend and work on themselves, you have every free will, rhyme and reason in the universe to cut them. Same thing in your family. Let's talk about this. You say you got one bloodline demon from your dad's side, one bloodline demon from your mom's side. No one wants to talk about it. You're dealing with this shit. You're processing this stuff. You're not realizing why all this weird shit keeps happening to you since you incarnated here. And you have to transmute all this shit. And you're like literally looking at these beings and characters like, I'm literally an upper dimensional being that had to incarnate through your bloodline just to be here. Now I'm staring at you going, why am I listening or to any part of your decorum when you can't even see the pink elephant standing behind you? So what I'm getting to, ladies and gents, there's also something in your clearing processing, especially on a full moon. You guys can do the full moon clearing technique. I have it's for free. Then you go to teamlight.com or teamlightstore.com. You can click on the link, get the download, or watch the video on Unite the Collective, how to do a soul contract. But what I'm saying is this. Once you are aware enough to resonate and see that this is me and that is you, I know we are all one. But I got to be crystal clear with you guys. If you guys are dragging 6 or 7 family members behind you that just do not want to shift or change, that is their choice. You can lead a horse to water, but you cannot make them drink. Okay? Yeshua and Jesus will say the same thing to you. You guys climb to the top of that ascension mountain and you guys feel your power. And then if you choose to walk down the mountain, grab some of your friends, help them up. You can't do it as you're going up the mountain with a carabine on and you're dragging 6 family members who aren't even on their feet up the side of a mountain. You don't have the strength. No one does. Okay, and just to give you the complete visual, ascension is like climbing Mount Everest. That last mile that you hit on the top of Mount Everest, as soon as you cross, I don't think it's 18 or 20,000 feet. If anyone goes down on the last ascent, no one has the strength to help you. They leave you up there because you can barely, with your own soul's energy and body, make it to the top yourself. What I'm telling you right now in the last mile of this marathon is, please take care of yourself in self-care and take care of your light in your inner child. The last thing we want on this earth is a bunch of resentment from a bunch of angels who could have easily graduated, but instead, for some sort of weird reason of guilt, which, mind you, guilt is one of the lowest forms of frequency, guilt and shame, on the frequency chart. If you guys want to look at the frequency chart, there's like joy, love, abundance. Shame is at the very, very bottom of it. Okay. Guilt and shame. That's why when they do these contracts and these agreements and these dark groups and these brotherhoods or whatever they are, the first thing they want to do is have you doing some weird shit on camera that they own. Why? Because they will keep you in shame and paranoia for the rest of your incarnation, completely in control, like a small little puppet that does whatever that group wants you to do. They keep you in the lowest frequency possible, guilt and shame. So again, just trying to be real. That's what I'm trying to express is the way out and the way up is to take one small step every day, get out in the sun. If you have the racing thoughts, put on some really rad music and just move your energy in the sun with headphones on and just keep working on your inner light. Go to the gym, go for a hike, go for a walk. What I'm trying to say is that we're leaning against 1,000-year, I would say probably a 200 to 300 year mind control situation. So it's not going to be easy for you to see all of the answers around you. It's not going to make sense. The first thing we have to do, though, is get you strong enough to start asking some critical thinking questions. That's what we need you to do. We need you to start questioning your reality. That's level one. You got to be like, hey, I don't know what's going on, but this doesn't seem right. Level one. And I think since COVID, the entire population is definitely asking those questions. How do you feel about that, brother?
Yeah, the Hopi actually say those without a strong spiritual constitution will not make it through what is to come. So that is of paramount importance, because what are we first and foremost? We are spirit playing the game of form in this dream world. And so your constitution, your connection to your spirit, to your higher consciousness, to the creator of that is going to be everything in the times to come. It is now. And so what Rion was saying is you want to do everything you can to sharpen that connection, to sharpen your receptivity to those higher forms of consciousness, those higher forms of communication. And one of the ways of doing that is in this body, this avatar that is in navigating this realm, to make it as strong and as clear as possible. And so a lot of that has to do with making the actual vessel as strong as possible through movement, through exercise. Make sure that you have your blood flowing freely through your system as well as possible. Do what you can to take care of the vessel. Get in touch with your breath, your breathing. 99.999% of the humans on this earth are shallow mouth breathers. So get in the habit, even if you do breathe through your mouth, get in the habit a few times a day going and taking in real deep breath and focus on pulling in as much energy and light as you can into your vessel. Get in touch with your breath. Get in touch with, again, watching the thoughts, watching your mind. And then even more importantly, as you get in the habit of doing that and it becomes habitual, start trying to feel what is doing the observing, because that is that spirit that is it's both within you and surrounding you at all times. So it's both local, housed partially within the vessel, and then it's also everywhere, all around you. So the more you connect to that, And by doing that inner work, by doing the work on the vessel, the mind, the body, the spirit comes more into play. And that spirit is what's going to take you through anything that this realm throws at you.
I got this one. All right, you got so this. I like this. This is like helping myself when I first woke up in Los Angeles. Guards of death, growing gods of true pleasure, and the art of seduction. Listen, when you have something called Mara, if you guys haven't seen this cartoon, I think you guys should. I think it's called. Someone put it in the comments. It was like the laws of the sun. Anyways, one of the tests Buddha did when he was sitting under the tree for 7 years, Mara, little demons, they basically had a bunch of little hot, twerkers, let's just say in modern terms, dancing around Buddha, trying to break his concentration. Just hot little twerkers. Just, come on, Buddha. Don't you want a shot at the title? And Buddha, he's such a gangster. He put up a mirror in front of all of the 8 ladies dancing around him, or the Mara, and showed them like 60 years in the future and showed them what they look like as old women. And they freaked out, right? The one thing we know demons are very arrogant, they're very arrogant, prideful beings, okay? So he showed them in old age. Like, hey, I'm good, bro. You're looking like you're falling apart over here. So he got through that test. What I'm saying for a lot of the temptation tests and a lot of the things as you're going through your session, listen, they're going to start at your root and then they're going to hit your sacral. And when they hit your sacral, here come in all the thoughts that try to distort. You guys may be in a perfect relationship right now. Those racing thoughts will come in the middle of the night and try to disrupt you and your partner because they know that you're more easily controllable when you're alone, by yourself, isolated. I got very spiritual people around me. I've had people that had a very high intellect and very great opportunity, but spiritual awareness was not one of them. And I noticed that they get inside your head, they give you paranoia. And what are they really trying to do? Separate you from people that can actually help you. Separate you from people that actually hold the light. The easiest thing for them to do is to create an artificial fight between 2 people. So the other person goes back into their condo in a major city, let's just say, and gets to sit and vent and basically have their night side agree with them like some weird devil smoking a cigarette whispered in your ear. Okay? Like, oh yeah, we showed them. Mind you, you're isolated now. You got no girlfriend, no friends, and you're just staring at 4 walls. Who really won that equation? The demon that's feeding off you, dude. That's who won. It wasn't the light that won. It was the guy that's feeding off you 24 hours a day. They won. So listen, it's not easy holding these frequencies, ladies and gentlemen. It's not easy for my brother and I and some of us to come up here, put our faces, names, voices, and power on the internet and explain some things to you that's been mostly known in secret circles of weirdos that have been trying to control the entire population of this planet last 300 years. No, it's not. But what I can tell you is this. We're not from here. A lot of you guys, you have to remember this. Us starseeds, we incarnated. We heard the call. And hey, can you guys come down here and help this realm shift? And we're like, on it. It doesn't have to be more complicated than that. Listen, you could be an angelic from the higher realms. I saw my friends and family suffering. I saw them going through these trials and tribulations that are very disruptive to the entire collective consciousness of the universe. I'm in, coach. Put me in. Yeshua's kids, Jesus's kids, Creator's kids, Sophia's kids, Gaia's kids, right? We're in. So just remember, there's a family of your loved ones, and there's a family of light on this planet. This planet wants you to think you're alone in your apartment downtown Michigan or Detroit and no one has your back. That's bullshit. What you need to do, though, is if your environment is that chaotic, think about leaving, bro. Think about living cheaply, getting a new job, moving out of that location to a happier environment. You don't have to sit in a shitstorm and pray for it to get better. Some of these locations have huge negative infrastructures under the ground. Chicago being one of them. You got to get out of those environments outside the grid. Okay? Get away from the grid, and all of a sudden you're going to be like, Whoa, I can feel myself again. You're in the forest, you're in the water, you're surfing. Oh my God, is that what is this what my consciousness is? Not what's being bombarded on me with 5G and 6G on all sides? Yeah. But that's what I'm trying to say. You have to have a critical moment in your life where you hit rock bottom and you say, I've had enough. I don't care what my family had to offer me. I don't care about this job. I don't care about this narcissistic relationship. I don't care about I'm literally not in my purpose and I'm wasting my entire incarnation in some sort of Sim City slave program and I've had enough. That's it. Everyone has to have that moment in their life. And I don't care how old you are. Some of the oldest, wisest souls on the planet right now are 18, 19, 20 years old. What's our job as that Gen X or Gen Z? Please don't make the same mistakes we did. I'm not saying we didn't make mistakes, dude. I made them all. What I'm trying to say here is if I can save one dude that's just like me, or one lady out there that's just like me, that's like, hey, listen to me. You're doing the drugs to go numb. You're distorting yourself because you don't like this place. You're protecting yourself because the energy sucks. Once you kind of realize you're a hyper empathic being operating with NPCs, your soul is 10x some of the components on this planet. Yes, there are unensouled beings here. Yes, there are different races here that have different motivations. Once you kind of process that and go, so I need to be around people that actually have their hearts on, that want to treat each other with love and respect. Yes. We don't have to live in a war zone, ladies and gentlemen. Move. Some people have a hard time. I got friends like this in Manhattan Beach. They're 45, 50 years old. They're still living down the street from mom and dad's house. Hey, maybe go see the world. Maybe move out of your neighborhood. Maybe move out of the weekend warrior shit. Maybe try something new. Maybe try something different. That's what I'm saying. And if this video helps kind of get your feet moving, that's what we're here to do. You'll never grow if you never try new things. So, brother, how do you feel about that?
Yeah, I think your point of nature is a really underestimated one, because even if you can't move, you can find nature almost anywhere. Even in the city, like there's certain areas that will have trees that might have like a little local park. Wherever you can either sit on the earth or connect to a tree, go into that environment and use that to help clear your energy, to help match your frequency on a spiritual level. Because, and again, I sound like a broken record all the time, but if we look at this as being a simulation, or at the very least a holographic overlay, what would be the highest concentration of actual real source spirit? It's nature. That has the least corruption, the highest concentration of spirit moving through it. And so if that is what we are at our core, then it would absolutely behoove us to get into that type of frequency as often as possible, so that we are in a matching frequency of our highest expression of ourselves. And so even like what Rion said, if you have the means to get out of a really crazy situation, by all means, that's the smartest thing to do. But a secondary option is find the nature, the nearest nature that you can find, and on the regular basis, at least once or twice a week, connect deeply to that and really have it come in and clear your system. Connect to that spirit of the nature, because that nature's spirit is also super ancient, way beyond this current timeline that we find ourselves in. It's survived through that, and it will give you the messages and the clearing that you need.
100%. When you guys get stronger too, one of the techniques that I taught some dudes in India when I was in, where was I? Where's the place in India that like, it's like the most holy, not Mount Kailash, where yoga was invented. Rishikesh? Anyways, I was out there and I was teaching some little yogis when I visited there, obviously. I was talking to the deities out there, and I was jumped in the mountain, and there's older videos explaining it, but I taught them how to tie off their energy to a tree and how you cast your energy from your right side. And you basically imagine like energy which shoots out of your hand. Just so you know, your energy shoots out of here. This directs the current, right? Your energy shoots out of here. So basically, there's something you can do where you shoot, you get almost like imagine like an orange rope. Shoots out of your palm, and you can wrap it around a tree, and then you bring it back to you and you tie it off and you hook it on your hip. And now I can energetically lean on that tree as my ground, not as a positive. I'm the positive. I'm the top of the Energizer battery, but as the large negative ground. And I wanted to share that with you guys because in Sedona, I tie off to Thunder Mountain. And whenever time, or you guys can do this in your own town, village, wherever you are on earth, maybe you live in front of a big volcano. When times get, turbulent, and I kind of forget what I'm doing here and, what this simulation is, it always makes me feel cool and calm and collective to think about no matter what happens, that mountain's been here for 100 million years, and that mountain will be here 100 million years after I leave. It's something that I really, it calms me down. I can't explain it to you. It's something older than me, calmer than me. It's like that mountain's going to be here when I'm gone, with or without. So what I'm trying, Sedona is very, special place for me, obviously. But I'm trying to say, if you guys ever try that, try to tie your energy around the tree and then you can lean on it, because I had to learn that technique when I was doing activations. When I first started doing them, we were doing spiritual combat across the planet. When I stopped bringing all of my weapons or my energy tools, Tone knows, and I had to do it with my hands. I had to turn into the Yeshua. You are the tool, right? I had to get into that place. When you're moving so much energy and current through your body, you can barbecue the inside. You taste metal when you move that much current through your body. So I noticed that I would have to tie off to trees first, and then I could move that amount of energy. Anyways, for some of you gritters out there, the people that know what's up, hopefully that helps. Tie off to the trees first before you move a ton of energy. Okay. You can also pull energy from the grid utilizing the trees. And I know you do that all the time, Tone.
Yeah. Actually, I even had the visual while you were saying that, is because it's not just the tree. It's the tree's root system expanding down into the earth's energy system. So you're literally tying off to a vast swath of energy of the earth, of all of that spirit that travels down the tree into the soil itself. And you, at a certain point, you can tie into the center of the earth as well. So it expands that a lot. And then also what you were talking about, the mountains. If you have a huge energy signature, it's almost natural that a mountain would be the perfect ground for you. It's literally matching the size of the expanse of your own energy. Yeah. So I go into the mountains literally to be hugged at a level of the size of my own energy field.
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
That's why he and I love the mountains.
Listen, people are going to wake up to this. We know, like, people have like these out of body experiences, and like, or you could have done a visual medicine, let's just say. And what does everyone say? They're like, we're huge. I'm huge. I was the whole sky. Here's the thing. You could do that sober. Sometimes I get home, especially when I got back from Istanbul, not to go into that mode again. Goodness gracious. And I was Darth Vader for 2 months. There's something about my energy. Like, I was laying on that mountain, like the Jolly Green Giant, like I was wearing it like a blanket.
Yeah.
And there's something about each and every one of you has this very beautiful, large, ancient, oversoul, wise energy inside of you. You just got to unpack that data. You got to expand that sphere. It's like your sphere, when you're unconscious, is like the size of your fist. Let's just say it sits on the other side of your sternum. When you unpack that and quantumly unravel that and keep expanding that soul energy out, that is what we're referencing. Yeah. So anyways, that's just something for you guys. You ever need a hug, go out into nature. Trees are there for you. I like to go in streams or rivers. I like to sit in the stream and just let all of the distortions as the stream or river flows downstream. I just let it take my past, any distortions, anything that does no longer serves me. And I literally watch the energy come off my feet and then go down the river clear. clear. There was a question about what is my favorite mantra. Me and Tone use this all the time, but it's 4 times in 4 directions. Only those beings which exist in the highest order of light may stand in my presence. Only those beings which exist in the highest order of light may stand in my presence. 4 times, 4 directions. Only those beings which exist in the highest order of light may stand in my presence, and only those beings which exist in the highest order of light may stand in my presence. You say that 4 times and you mean it as a matter of fact. If you have your third eye on, you will see little creepy crawlies jump out of your room.
Yeah.
That is not a normal human thing you're doing. That is your soul going, all right, move. Your higher selves are now entering into the room. And I know you guys have seen those, maybe those videos on Instagram or Facebook when they say what happens when you pray. You know, when you see the person praying and angels are coming down, fighting the demons in your bedroom. Same thing. That is your own, you're calling your soul home. I need you now. I need you to protect me on all sides and all times, on all sides in all time. You are divinely protected. So
it's an invocation of the highest universal law of free will and sovereignty.
yep.
And you
And
can add to what he just said on an energetic level. Nothing but the highest light may enter my sacred sovereign space, and so it is. You are commanding your space by doing that. So not even the energetic stuff, you're literally putting up a barrier just by putting that vibration out of your throat chakra into this existence.
And it's only those beings which exist in the highest order of light may stand in my presence. So the reason why you use may, that is your free will commanding it, not
Yes.
can. May. You
Yes.
may be in my space.
Yes.
Again, it's a different level when you actually step into who you really are. Believe me, you start shining that light in the physical realm, everything will move out of your way. All right. With that, my brother, I mean, I think, was there anything else you want? I got to get to cards.
Oh, listen, I think we just dropped it like we needed to. Now it's time for you to start channeling into light side and see what you come up with.
All right, brother. Well, hey, I appreciate you. Everyone send their, hey, so Tone, how can people find you for sessions? Everyone's blowing me up on how to find you. As you say it, I'm gonna type it in the comments. How do you do it?
Tone Mellard at proton.m as in Mary, E as in Emily.
Tone Mellard at proton.me.
Yes.
Okay, I just sent it to everyone. If you guys don't waste this time, but if you guys want a session, you know, hey, listen, he's usually spending most of the time pulling archons off my throat chakra. But when he's not doing that, welcome to Earth. No, I'm just kidding. Hey, love you, bro. Thank you so much.
Kick butt, brother. Love you guys. Bye-bye.
Peace. Ladies and gentlemen. I mean, yeah, I woke up. I'm like, I need a little Tone in my life. You know what I mean? Zach, what's up, bro? Miss you, dude. Thank you, Tone. Thank you, Emily. Listen, thank you, Emily. Thank you, Tone. Everyone loves Tone. So here's the thing. Me and Tone are brothers, especially when we got here, especially energetically. There's a lot of you guys out there. Find your own groups, find your own tribe, and just work with one another to, you know, get into that next state. Now, I do want to play music and have fun. However, I think we should probably leave this video up for people to share around the planet that maybe have not heard us before. If you're brand new, maybe this is the first time you're ever seeing our videos. You know, it's important, you know. So let me go bananas. Let's go card time. Let's get our weekly reading. All right, our weekly reading for this week coming up. All right, let's go right into Dragon Riders. All right. And if you guys still have any more specific question, go ahead and put it up there. Fun is allowed. Okay. Listen, we're here to have fun. Okay. We're here to have fun. And we know the full moon was kind of gnarly. Everyone knows that. I'm going to go Dragon Riders. I'm going to go Archangels. I'm going to pull our RV cards. I'll do Divine Masters. We'll do our Magic. We'll do our Palladians and our Nords. And then probably a Lyran. All right. Let's see how fast I can go this. First, Dragon Riders. Dragon Riders. All right. Here we go. Little dragon for you. I need some music though. You know what I mean? I can't sit here. Enjoy the silence. I'm like, I need something here. I'll play it for myself. You won't be able to hear it, but I am working on some mixes potentially, so we can actually have. There we go. So we can have some cool music in the background. All right. First card is Oya and Ananda Gahanda. You guys say that. Oya has spoken. The exchange of give and take has become unbalanced, out of kilter. I renew your spirit with wind. I renew your life with fire. Okay? All right. We also have the rainwater report coming at you live. I'll get to that. Thank you, Jeffrey. Sweet Jeffrey. You might know him. Just sweet rainwater, you know? Here we go. Can't wait to show you guys what I've been making in the garage. It's nuts. I made 5 fifth element capstones, 3 Gizas, and 2 Nubians. I'll show you when they're done. Next card is Pallas, Athena, and Sweetie. The destiny of your world is changing, and whether this is for good or ill is also in your hands. Protect the good, look after love, and leave no room for lower energies to creep in. So for all you guys dealing with those weird, intrusive thoughts, Pallas, Athena, and Sweetie, this card's for you. Okay? Do not let those lower frequencies sneak in, okay? Don't let it do it, man. Don't let it get you. I'm gonna get a little archangel in here, you know what I mean? I need a little Raphael, you know? I need a little Raph. I thought your word it heals. Raphael. Can I get some Raphael? Can I get some sort of just... I don't know why I just keep seeing like Raphael with like... He's brunette. I see like almost like a Latin. Green eyes, and for some reason he's wearing a Speedo. And he's just got a big green emerald right on the front, you know, right on the waistband. He's just like, I am Raphael. I don't know where it comes from. Most people never see underneath the robe. I'm telling you, it's a white Speedo with a green emerald. No, I'm just kidding. It's not sexual, just sexy. Just sexy. He's like, what? Charity, pillar of service. Here we go. Pillar of service. Serve with gracious heart and know God is serving you. Charity. I've never pulled that card. Pillar of service. Many of you guys out there, that's what's up. You are a pillar of service. Charity. Serve with a gracious heart and know God is serving you. Listen, I'm making jokes. Come on, I'm making jokes, guys. Some people take what I say. I mean, listen, this is a high level intellectual conversation. You have to know when I change voices, that's comedy. When I'm talking to you, like, let me tell you about it, that's me. That's content. So, you know, you gotta learn the way of the ninja, okay? Of the samurai. I got TMT, man. Got diagnosed with TMT, man. Too much talent. It's as awkward. You guys have it. I know you do. Us star seeds out there, we wear so many hats. You know what I mean? Azrael, transcendence. All right? You wouldn't be who you are without what you have overcome. Own your story. You guys, this is where you cancel out the shame game and the guilt game. You wouldn't be who you are without what you have overcome. Own your story. Own the light, own the shadow. Go, hey, man, I tell you guys all the time, hey, I was unconscious 21 to 25. Been there, done that. Okay? You don't need to have... everyone was unconscious, man, at some point in their life. You got to let that shit go. You got to apologize where you can. And you guys are growing up so fast, energetically. Not just, I mean, you could be in an older suit, but you're having this awakening and you're actually having these, you know, we have an older, you know, generation, let's say right now, waking up, their parents are deceased and they're trying to make terms with how they were raised. And what I'm trying to express to you is that forgiveness is the way home. You first forgive yourself, then you forgive those that trespassed against you. That is the way home. All right, let's get right into our RV cards, shall we? RV, baby. RV, baby. Oh, see, I'm already like RV baby on my boats and hoes. See, I can't. See, I'm a different person. RV and tail. I'm like, hey, forgiveness, baby. That's from the movie Step Brothers. For those that don't watch movies, boats and hoes. Step Brothers. Okay, sorry. No, I don't want a boat. Okay, everybody, calm down. All right. Like, how is Earth? You're like, you got to keep a sense of humor down here. If you take it too seriously, you know, you just end up like Osho sitting on a hill somewhere while all your people are just having sex all over the place. It's out of control. You know what I mean? You end up like Scientology, you know, just out there in Florida, just riding a bicycle around, you know, recruiting people. I don't know, you know. I'm not really into a gray religion, but are we clear? So how many hotel chains you guys own? Huh? All right, moving on. Gemini. Cross-pollinate. Come on, Tom. You can do better, Tom. Speaking of a Gemini, cross-pollinate. This is for the RV, all right? It's Catalina wine mixer. It's the fucking Catalina wine mixer over here. Come on. Gemini. Cross-pollinate, okay? First card. We're going to cross-pollinate. See that right there? That bee? He's just... see that flower? That's the Swift system, and that bee is just going to town. That's the QFS. Just let me show you what time it is. Let me show you what time it is. And I'm just kidding, Jim. I don't know. Now I'm gone. Cross-pollinate. Sorry. See, that's why I needed tone to stabilize. Me alone? Oh, boy. Get ready to laugh. Cross-pollinate. QFS is coming. I want to play music for you guys. I'm weird myself. I have a little music going on over here. Virgo Digest. Again, we got the Virgo card last week, ladies and gents. Digest. Something is processing. There is something in the system for the financial switch over. Digest is another word for process. It's processing. It's like you placed an order on Amazon and it takes 3 days to get to your house, right? The order is processing. It is being packed up, ready to be delivered. Okay. Virgo Digest. That's what I'm getting. I'm getting like more like, no, dude. It's already in the system. It's coming to a theater near you. Okay. Next card for the RV. I don't know why, but I want a little sandal fawn in my life. You know what I mean? Everybody needs a little sandal fawn. I'm like, hey, man, where you at? And by the way, for the record, Sophia gives the best hugs. If you guys ever want a hug, Sophia gives the best hugs on earth. Okay. Sophia. Come on, guys. I got 2-card pull here. They want to make a sentence for you. Here you go. Pallas Athena. Think. I'm not sure. These are astrology cards. Can someone who's an astrologer let me know what Pallas Athena think is? I have no idea what this is, but think about, check this out, what's processing. Because it's cross-pollinating right now. It is coming into fruition right now, this week coming up. Okay. We all know that we have a huge update coming in on Monday. There's a lot of movement and there's a lot of things inbound. And the other card I had was all right. Motion. Mars. Things are in motion. Like what's started cannot be stopped. Okay. So Mars motion. Looks like my forearm right there. You know what I mean? That's what it looks like underneath this jacket. No, I'm just kidding. Motion. Okay. There's our RV cars for this week. Yes, see, it's done. Look, I love you guys. Come on, man. She does. I know for a fact. I didn't know who she was. I mean, when I first woke up, it was her giving me hugs all the time. The ability to see patterns. Thank you. Come on, keep it popping. Pallas Athena is the ability to see patterns. She is the Aquarius now, so is Pluto. Okay. Wisdom, strategy, warfare, Pallas Athena. Come on, guys. You guys are astrologers. Intellect and emotion in astrology. The position of asteroid Pallas Athena sheds light on themes of self-reliance, creative intelligence, and unresolved feminine wounds. Okay. We all need to take care of the divine feminine on this planet. And just so you guys, the divine masculine, divine feminine panel is a permanent thing at Rise of the Guardians. We will always have a divine female panel for the rest of the conferences as long as we do them. I really appreciate the divine feminine panels, and I like the divine masculine panels. We're also going to have a divine healing panel on Sunday, May 10th, 2026. I am going to be, I'll just say it right now, I'm going to get Thai spice for us on Saturday. So I'm going to provide lunch for everybody on Sunday. I'm on Saturday. Sunday, we'll have food trucks out there. You guys get whatever you want. I'll have 3 food trucks out there. But Saturday, I'm gonna. If you guys get a ticket, the tickets are gonna go up because I'm gonna add the food costs. If you guys are gonna come, you should buy that ticket right now because I'm gonna feed everybody with a ticket. But I'm gonna raise the price of the tickets to facilitate your lunch. So take advantage of that. TeamLightStore.com. Okay. I want to get some Thai spice, man. I want some Thai food. I'm gonna get some pad Thai, and I'll do some. I like the red almond curry over white rice. All right, Lyrins. I mean, if we're all balling out of control, I mean, maybe we're all just catering. You know what I mean? Listen, in May, could be a completely different situation. I don't know what's going on. I mean, like, you guys are like, hey, we ordered circus performers just because. You know, you come in, they're like juggling. Like, what is that? You're like, I don't know. I thought it'd be cool if someone just was like juggling fire on the way into the party, just because. I mean, we're all in this together. So I just wanted to remind you guys, when we have these gatherings and these conferences, this is our 3D way of showing love and appreciations for one another. And you guys know how fair those prices are. They're ridiculous. A 3-day conference. I'm doing this because I want to see my family. And I want to hang out with you and party with you and dance with you. Okay. Lyrins. First card. Parallel Earth. Time of peace, relaxation, all is well. I think a lot of us are existing in. Someone had a question about dream time, right? I've been existing a lot of my dream time is me existing in a parallel reality. Okay. Time of peace, relaxation, all is well. And I think in the bifurcation, a lot of us are being shown that you're actually not dreaming. You're actually seeing what you're doing in a parallel reality. Okay. Don't ask me why this reality is taking so long to shift, but if anything like my dreams, we're going to be just fine. Okay. Better than fine. The Cosmic Star Family. Support specialized community. Okay. Cosmic Star Family. Support socialize community. Okay. And just to let you guys know, I'm going to do that lunch included thing until the sale ends. Okay. So I don't know when that is. Check the TeamLightStore.com for Saturday. Whenever that sale ends, so does your free lunch. And then you'll have to pay for it. Okay. Just letting you know. I'm being honest, man. So take advantage of those sale prices, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Let's do Divine Masters. You guys having fun? Divine Masters, man. Lady Portia, overcoming limitations. Karmic release. Let go of the need to be right. Listen, a lot of you guys might be going through this with your families right now. Lady Portia, overcoming limitations, karmic release. Let go of the need to be right. Okay? That's something we all have gone through in our lives, all right? I love you. All right? What else do we want to do? Let's do a Beyond Lemuria. And while I shuffle this, why don't you guys go ahead and punch in where around the world you guys are watching from? That'd be rad. Go ahead and punch it in. Come on, I appreciate that. I've been waking up every night at 4 in the morning, Lisa. 3 or 4 in the morning. All right, here we go. Reno. All right, here you guys are going. Let me pull some cards here. First card for Lemurians is gracious receptivity. Be open to receiving the gifts from the universe. Be open to receiving the gifts from your family, right? And be open to that receptivity, gracious receptivity. Some of us star seeds, and depending on your star sign, let's just say, we have a really hard time receiving. Okay, so we have to work on that. Gracious receptivity. Okay. Hey, I'm offering you guys, you get a ticket, free lunch, or you can wait and pay for it. I'm just going to have that sale going for the next like 24, 48 hours. Listen, you want free lunch, get your ticket now. All right. You're going to have to get your lunch. But no, gracious receptivity. Hmm? Big what up to our new David Starr has joined us from Canada. His app, Divine Ray. It's fantastic. You guys check it out. Divine Ray on the App Store. Bill's coming. Catherine's coming. I'm really excited. Someone asked me about Moss. I think so. I'm not sure. I've talked to him. Masate, we love him. Hathor. Light activation, acceleration, brilliance. Stand in your light. Okay. Hathor. Light activation. You guys get out there and get your sun charge on. Acceleration, brilliance, stand in your light. Okay. Oh, yeah. All right. Thank you. Do the Palladians, bro. All right, listen. Everyone wants those tight little white jumpsuits. You know what I mean? I know I do. Come on. Who doesn't like a Starfleet command and tight little white jumpsuit? You know what I mean? All right, here we go. Palladians. And then I'll pull it. Palladians. Oh my God. Let's do it. Let's do it. You gotta do it. You wanna move it. Yes. Okay. Rotate it over. All right. First card for the Palladians. You know her, you love her. You know? When she's not off being an empress. You know? And the rebellious daughter. Of my home star out there in Pallades. First card is, of course, it is Cosmic Diamond. Spread hope and joy, illuminate the world. Okay, listen, if this isn't the most Palladian card ever, it's Cosmic Diamond, bitches. Spread hope and joy, illuminate the world. That's what we want. Cosmic Diamonds. Okay? Spread hope and joy, illuminate the world. There it is. I don't think I've ever pulled that card. I want a Cosmic Diamond. Come on, baby. All right, what's the next one? Let's do it. Cosmic Diamonds. Oh, you gotta be faster. Come on. This one? Okay. Cosmic Diamonds. Duh. Come on. Whoa. Be a beacon. Be an inspiration. Light the way for others. Have you guys ever seen this card? Be a beacon, ladies and gentlemen, across the earth. From here to South Africa, New Zealand, Australia. Be a beacon. Ireland. Out there, Richard, I'm talking to you. Be a beacon. Be an inspiration. Light the way for others. Shine. Be a diamond and be a beacon and just do it. We're about to get paid. I'm just kidding. We're about to have like abundance on a really large level. Okay. I just want to build cool stuff with you guys. I might be going to Concrete World at the end of January. You guys are going to Vegas. I might be at Concrete World. I might be checking out the 3D printers, the new 3D printers. That is, there's a big convention out there. I do not want to go to Vegas, but apparently that's where Concrete World is. All right. Here we go. Reno, Nevada. Apache Junction. UK, baby. England, baby. Hang in there, England. We know. Hang in there, baby. Sweden. Austria. Love you. UK. Tustin, California. Vancouver. All right. UK. Rhode Island. Sedona, baby. Mountains of Colorado. North Carolina. Sky Blue, Minnesota. All right. Colorado Springs. Canada. Washington. Manitoba. Ontario. Oregon. All right. New Mexico. New Zealand. Tell Terry out there in New Zealand, the dragon has awoken. We might get you guys. There's 2 heavy hitter speakers. I'm literally considering right now. I'll let you know. I'll probably know by next week. So there's 2 more. We got a lot more people coming. It's going to be nuts. We're just trying to figure it out right now. Blue Ridge, Virginia, Florida. All right, Turdville, Chicago. You know, hey, when it gets cold on the surface, just go to the underground city, right under the main street. You know what I mean? All right, Utah, baby. Lafayette, Louisiana, baby. My grandpa's from New Iberia. Let's get it, right? Canada, Spain, España. Absolutely, Spain is fire. California, baby. You know, California, baby. Western Massachusetts, Florida. All right, you guys are bad. Let's go, RV. Can we just go RV, please? Listen. Can we just like... I want to rock out. RV. All right. Philly's in the house, baby. Massachusetts. We did the Palladians. Man. Georgia, baby. Come on. Grace and God setting yes. London, baby. Who doesn't love London? Texas. Who doesn't love Texas? Valley Girl off planet. Oh my God. Diamonds are a girl's best friend. Sorry. I don't know where it comes from. Thanks. I get very Palladian, ladies and gentlemen. I really do. Kansas, baby. Montreal, Canada. Let's go. Unlimited funds. Jersey. Fred, are you coming? Fred, bring you and your son. You guys need to come. May. Come on, baby. Southwest is cheap, baby. Come on out, baby. Rock out the RV. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, I love you. This week coming up is going to be tremendous. Okay. Hopefully we get a lot of really awesome information coming out. I'll have that sale going on. I don't know if we're going to do it through Christmas. It's all good. I just want you guys to know that I love you. I want to take care of you. I like family things. I like breaking bread with my family, or in this case, having some noodles. I want to hang out with you. I want to learn, and I want to help you guys get through some of this stuff. My only motivation is to help my brothers and sisters with the highest intent possible. My only motivation is that you guys grow up into who you really are and become the strong, shining beacons of awesomeness from our Creator that you truly are. Do not let any sort of distortion, confusion, doubt, or fear get in your way. And just become that true beacon of light and hope on this planet. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, I love you guys very, very much. All right. Till next time. Peace.